Deem's filthy home is a cry for help, according to her 90-day fiancé, along with 7 other signs that she is traumatized by Michael's departure. Deem, who is a celebrity on the show 90-Day Fiancé, is being criticized for her housekeeping abilities. According to reports, Angela's home is filthy, and it is possible that she is too emotionally damaged to pick up a Swiffer or turn on the vacuum. The effects of trauma can emerge in a variety of ways. For example, some people may become hypervigilant, while others require additional time to relax. Angela should definitely use some of the money she has worked so hard to achieve to employ a maid. Everyone deals with adversity in their own unique experience. During the time that she is able to perform what she does best, which is to entertain her audience, they can keep things gleaming. Not every time, Angela behaves in a normal manner. In spite of the fact that she dresses and wears jewelry, she exudes a great deal of masculine energy. The impression that Angela has is that she desires to be the dominant half in any relationship, adopting a man-of-the-house persona similar to that of the 1950s, and taking care of her partner simultaneously. It is true that it is outdated and predates more modern perspectives on sex and gender, but then again, if it is what she likes and enjoys, then it is her life. Angela, someone who is known for her anger, needs to clean things up all by herself. This is in addition to the fact that she needs to locate a man who will do the chores while she is out there in front of cameras or when she is meeting and greeting fans. Michael may have left Angela's house as one of the reasons for his departure, but there are a lot of other reasons as well. The only thing that could have prevented this relationship from succeeding from the beginning was the fact that Angie would never remove her rose-colored glasses. She continued to romanticize a situation that was essentially transactional, and she continued to forgive Michael for even the most serious of his transgressions. In most cases, a lack of self-esteem is the root cause of behavior like that. Generally speaking, a person's tolerance will decrease as they have more strength. Despite the fact that Angela is incredibly strong in a great number of aspects, she completely loses any sense of reality when it comes to her romantic relationships. Indeed, she had a sneaking suspicion that Michael was a Nigerian con artist rather than a royal, but she managed to push such thoughts out of her mind nevertheless. It was necessary for her to have faith in him in order to realize some kind of dream or simply to alleviate the symptoms of her loneliness. Some people have these drives because they don't want to be alone, and this stuff isn't all awful. A lot of people have these drives. They have an excessive capacity for forgiveness. On the other hand, the train does not typically deviate from the tracks while millions of people are watching him. When a woman wants to make a man happy, she will typically put up an effort to do so, rather than slouching around in sweats, without her hair combed, and without any makeup on. Despite the fact that Michael was still her spouse, Angela may have made the decision to let go of her image when she sold her property. The only reason she appears to be acting in such a manner is to demonstrate to him how attractive she can be. People don't have to put in as much effort when they are truly at ease with their partners and when they have the sense that they are welcomed. In recent times, Angela has been going all out, wearing clothing that are both tight and revealing. Angela's eyebrows have been significantly blackened, which has resulted in her having an appearance that is both angry and peculiar. There is no doubt that this woman is a reality icon. The self-assurance is present, but it is possible that it is not as abundant as it typically is at the moment. Because Michael caused her pain and humiliation, she is at a low point in her life. By going to such great efforts with her look, she gives the impression that she is always performing in front of an audience, as if she were a member of the peanut gallery. Despite the fact that Angela considers herself to be royalty, it's possible that she is unable to recognize her own attractiveness at the moment. It's possible that she has the impression that she isn't attractive enough to make her younger spouse pleased. She won't have to be concerned about it if she ends up with the proper person. It is possible that she is trying to convey to Michael that she is still youthful and full of life by the fact that she is wearing baseball caps with the backs turned up and multiple layers of jewelry. On the other hand, she should not be attempting to impress a man who cheated on her and broke up with her after the affair. In order for Michael to pursue the American dream, she provided him with financial assistance and made it feasible for him to obtain a green card. This made it possible for him to leave. What is the point of making an effort for that? She ought not to, and we can only hope that she is not. Michael takes great pride in his status as a solitary individual, and each time he does so, he causes Angela to experience mental distress. She was very optimistic about Michael's arrival in the United States. In point of fact, she waited for him for a number of years. When he eventually arrived in the United States of America, just to immediately flee the country as soon as he could, you can only imagine how upset she was. After that, he rubbed every aspect of happiness into the face of the depressed Georgia peach, making her feel as though she was completely expendable. One of the drawbacks of dating a man who approaches a lady on Facebook and lavishes her with compliments is that it gives rise to this situation. Michael attempted to undermine Angela's common sense by using the love bombing technique. This method has the potential to be incredibly successful. In essence, respectable individuals desire to have the ability to trust and like other people. They are not anticipating being taken advantage of by malicious users. Nevertheless, there were a great deal of warning signs regarding Michael. Nevertheless, she was seeing some of them, despite the fact that love was causing her to be blind. That did not prevent her from dating him, getting serious with him, and eventually marrying him in Nigeria, despite the fact that she questioned whether or not he was trying to trick her. Mistakes like these are inevitable and can be overcome. There is no such thing as a death sentence or an emotional prison sentence being imposed upon them. It is possible for her to survive and fight once more. She is able to find more than one mate. Nevertheless, it is highly likely that the flirty Mima is not yet prepared. After a lengthy and tumultuous relationship, she is still in the process of recovering. She must emerge from the ashes, and she is able to do it. Her hopes have been snuffed out. A God Got Me t-shirt was displayed on Michael's GoFundMe profile picture, which he used to portray himself as a devout Christian. That was a little bit insulting. Would a genuine Christian engage in any of the sinful actions that he has committed? Certainly, they might occasionally commit a transgression and then seek forgiveness for it. But would they be willing to engage in oral sex with a lady in exchange for providing her with transportation? If they were to take money from an elderly woman, would they turn her into a fake automated teller machine? Do you think they would play the role of the devoted husband until they were able to get their hands on a green card, and then they would cut themselves apart from their wife? Every single one of these actions has been done by the Christian Michael. Despite the fact that it is sufficient to make a person skeptical about religion, there are still Christians who are good. It is quite unlikely that Michael is one of them. Angela can have the potential to be a nightmare, he says. The woman is obnoxious, nasty, and violent. Despite the fact that she is capable of being compassionate, Michael is forced to hide and cover whenever she is triggered, and who wouldn't get tired of that? The only person who is heartbroken is Angela, despite the fact that both of them have flaws. Michael may be suffering from PTSD as a result of all the abuse he was subjected to, but he appears to be doing well. There is a possibility that he is not experiencing any restless nights or being overcome with weeping. I think Mikey might be fine. Without a doubt, Angela is not. It does sound like a terrific time, and I look forward to seeing a large number of people there. Even though Angela needs to learn to control her physical aggression, she has a great sense of humor despite this. Angela is able to avoid being canceled despite the fact that she has committed some very awful actions, because she possesses a level of charisma that surpasses that of the majority of individuals. In spite of all this joyous merriment, Angela is a woman who has recently suffered the loss of her husband. Angela uses each and every happier than ever post that she publishes to Instagram as a means of demonstrating to the world that she is fine, even though it is possible that she is not. One of the issues that arises with powerful women like Angela is that they always attempt to present an image of strength and competence, even while they are experiencing pain on the inside. It is my hope that Angela's family is providing her all the love that she requires at this moment. Michael was successful in his attempt to get financial support from his fans on GoFundMe while wearing the shirt that previously featured the phrase, "God got me," and smiling in a childlike manner. Angela was infuriated by Michael's brazenness, despite the fact that the GoFundMe campaign is ended, meaning that it is no longer accepting donations. It most likely sent her into a deep depression. Her death must have been brought on by the sight of people flocking to his fundraiser. People need to reposition themselves while they are going through a breakup. They are going to have to get used to the idea that they lose control over people who were extremely close to them. Time is required, and the discomfort is frequently excruciating. It is important for individuals to exercise patience with themselves as they progress through the process. It is not simple for anyone to do. The majority of the time, Angela has not chosen the high road and has been known to lash out against Michael's admirers. It is easy to comprehend her reasoning, given that she has always been under the impression that Michael was taking her for a ride. For doing that, he is certainly deserving of some criticism. However, his point of view must also be taken into consideration. Due to Angela's efforts to have him deported, he is in need of financial assistance to cover his legal bills. The fact that Angela loved Michael is the source of her pain. There is a thin line that separates love and hatred, and even at this moment, she most likely has feelings of love for him at times and hatred for him at other times. There must be a time when they were content, and she must be wishing that things were different. On the other hand, she is extremely resentful due to the fact that Michael did not accept her. As part of his American dream, he formed a new circle of acquaintances, which he refers to as his family. Because of her age, Angela would never be able to carry a kid with Michael, and it is possible that she may have to watch another woman do it in the future. She is attempting to win the split, but Michael is preventing her from doing so at every opportunity. He became a member of a Paradise Men group on Facebook, which allowed him to quickly contact with women who were in a vulnerable position. Despite the fact that this is not quite gigolo fare, it is on the periphery. It appears as though he is looking for additional ladies to snitch on and overall take advantage of. Having to witness him flamboyantly branching out in such a manner must be painful. It is imperative that Angela ceases her efforts to win the split. In this situation, there are no winners at all. Michael may be free in the United States, but he is still the same person who left an elderly woman in a state of heartbreak after using her for a number of years. Should one feel proud of the accomplishment? Obviously, that is not the case. While all is going on, Angela's reputation is in shambles. On the other hand, this can be invigorating. Just like Taylor Swift discovered, it is possible for a person to reinvent themselves after their reputation has been completely destroyed. Attempts to fulfill expectations are no longer being made by them. In the words of Austin Powers, that train has officially sailed. While posing with Vanilla Ice at his concert, Angela appeared to be in a state of elation. She would most likely date the rapper known as Ice Ice Baby if she had the opportunity to do so. Angela may be older, but she has a fiery personality. She has a wandering eye and a desire for romantic relationships. In the past, it appeared as though she was simply flirting with other individuals in order to exact revenge on Michael for being an unfaithful partner. But she is exactly the same as a lady who is not in a relationship. Due to the fact that the likelihood of her getting burned once more is exceedingly great, she must exercise utmost caution. She needs to begin seeking for nice guys, and she needs to make an effort to appreciate the ones she finds. Despite the fact that she may have a tendency to be attracted to dangerous boys, there is another way, a more elevated path. On that route, she is able to ignore about the person's appearance and concentrate on how they are behaving. Can they be of use to her? They are there for her, are they? Do they pay attention? Are they concerned about it? A partner who cares. rather than seeming to care, is really the ideal mate. Not some con artist from another country or a rapper who will forget her as soon as he sees another lady. The answers to these questions are of great importance. In truth, a spouse who cares is the ideal partner. There are times when Angie is entertaining. She is amusing and brimming with life. As a woman, she is a fierce individual who commands attention. To put it another way, it is time for her to mature. It is inevitable that the men she instinctively likes will cause her pain. In the hopes that Angela will forget about Michael, she will look for someone who will go out of his way to make her life easier and better. And she will forget about the people who are known to be dirtbags. The 90-Day Fiancé star, Angela, is now going through a difficult time and is doing the best that she can. There is some good in her, and she is deserving of some compassion.